Hello gamers, this is Papa Brad with an exciting video, an unboxing of the X-Arcade with Haptics Kit prototype. That's right, I'm going to be one of the testers and I'm going to be checking out the X-Arcade prototype Haptics Kit to give them feedback on what I think of it and how it performs. They sent me just the top part of the unit to replace, and I'm thrilled to unbox this. Time to get rid of the box. 3, 2, 1, and shabam! The box is gone! Just like that. Absolutely beautiful quality arcade unit. Every arcade needs one of these X-Arcades. Great piece of arcade hardware. If you've never seen the X-Arcade, here's how it comes packed. This is the main unit. And this one's been modified quite a bit. All the parts that are black are prototype parts, just so we can get an idea how everything works. Right away you can tell it's different because it has the black plastic with the white. Very nice. I'd like to thank X-Arcade for sending this out for me to test. Very excited to give them my feedback about the Haptics Kit. My initial impression of the plunger is very nice. It's all metal. It very much looks like a real pinball plunger. It's very well constructed. And this is a pretty heavy duty unit. There's your speakers, which will be on the top. We've got 2 dials. We're going to get down to what they do. We got 2 buttons. We're going to talk a little bit more about those when I get it hooked up. I've been asked not to give all the details because this is just a prototype and they might change even more before it's released. But this will give you a good baseline of what the X-Arcade Haptics Kit with the X-Arcade Tankstic VR, what it's going to look like. This is an engineering sample, but right off the bat, I can tell you the quality. I mean, they're not playing around. I think they did a fantastic job at really integrating that plunger into the base unit. It's very seamless with how they have it mounted. And I'm going to have to take off my original X-Arcade 2TV XR off of this stand, which is rock solid, and I'm going to slide this new one in its place. But before I can get really into trying out the VR pinball, I'm going to have to make some modifications to the stand because the stand is so steady. Here it goes. We're taking off the old one. The stand is so steady that you have to make it where it can flex some so you can actually nudge. So they came up with a really ingenious method to do that. Basically, you're going to put these metal plates on the bottom of the X-Arcade 2TV XR base, which is super solid. One of the great things when you play arcade games, of course, you can also set it back to where it doesn't move at all. But these metal plates are going to allow it a little bit of flex, so I'll be able to shake it like a real pinball machine. And you've got 4 heavy-duty bolts, and then the rubber feet are going to screw into this. They also have adjusters where you can lock them down, and just really a well-constructed unit. But there's going to be the modification you're going to make to your base so you can actually nudge it. And this is part of what's going to make nudging possible because the unit's so solid, it literally will not, it's kind of hard to move because this is going to give it that wiggle. Check this out. See it wiggling? That'll wiggle. I mean, it's a really ingenious way to make it where it moves just enough that you can do your nudging when you're playing pinball. Okay, you're going to run a power brick. It's going to come up to here. I'm going to show you something cool. Look, here's your solenoid button. Notice I press it. Look at that. The solenoids are active. Ooh, they feel good too. Check this side. Watch. Press the button. Turns off and look. Back to being stealth mode. Yeah, so the solenoids, you can turn them on and off. Very cool. Take a look. There's the plunger. Looks nice. Now these are designed for your hands when you're playing. This gives you a little bit more, like you're not going to accidentally press the buttons while you're playing. So, just a little quality of life update. Pretty cool. Keep in mind, this is just a prototype. The finished ones, I believe they're going to be white. They won't be made of this black plastic. They'll be white. Here's with the top unit on. It makes it a lot heavier. You can see that you can definitely nudge easily. It's pretty easy to nudge now. The accelerometer does work really well. Okay, this is a really important part to look at. This is the back panel features. This is where you're going to connect your power port. DC 24 volt and USB-C both must be connected. You have to connect your 3.5 audio jack for input for sound-driven vibrations from your Quest headset. You have your USB port for wired mode. You have your adjustment knobs. One does the vibration level and one does the unit's volume. This is the part I was really concerned about, was the toggle buttons. You can't turn the solenoids on and off. There's a switch to enable or disable them. There's also a switch to turn on the accelerator or turn it off. You can enable or disable the accelerometer. And when the LED is on, it's enabled, and when it's off, it's disabled. So it's pretty cool. It even has a lit up button so you know if it's turned on or not. You do need to connect those things. You need the power to the haptics motors and the solenoids. You need the 3.5 audio jack for the haptics to be able to detect the sound from the pinball. And you need the USB port for wired mode. So, pretty easy. Those are connections though. A little bit about the dongle. They did include a dongle. The dongle has 3 modes. They will come out with a new dongle. This is just a prototype dongle they sent me. Basically, the new dongle has the 3 modes, or you have one press you do for keyboard mode. You press it again for 2-player mode, so you can actually play with 2 players on the X-Arcade in VR. And then they have a 3rd mode, which is X Input Pinball. It's a single controller mode for Pinball FX Classic and Pinball FX Star Wars, which is pretty cool. They did not send the new wireless dongle, which they will be making soon, but this is just a prototype. Once again, it's an engineering sample. And here is Indiana Jones pinball running through the Haptics Kit. And you can hear the sound. You can hear I can adjust it with these knobs. The other knob controls how much haptics is going through the unit itself. Showing the solenoids. I will say the solenoids are great. I love them. They're way better than what AtGames has. The AtGames ones are way overpowered. These feel just right when you're playing. I mean, they did a great job on sourcing these because it feels just right. And there is absolutely no lag. Like when you hit that solenoid, the flipper moves, which is great. I mean, that's the way it's got to be if you're going to have that loud clicking. Otherwise, it could throw your timing off. But I'll tell you, my initial impressions in Pinball FX VR is it really works fantastic. And I know that they're still working on it. So pretty amazing to be able to nudge in VR. I mean, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. The plunger, also very high quality, very functional. Hope you enjoyed my first look at the X-Arcade Haptics Kit. If you liked the video, smash that like button. Consider subscribing to Papa Brad's Gaming if you're into home arcade or pinball, or if you want to compete in tournaments. We have the Retro Legends Arcade. Everyone's welcome to join. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, stay legit.